Okay, so what's going on, everybody? Welcome to my first little live stream that I'm going to be doing on all different platforms. So I'm going to be, we got an Instagram camera, we got a Facebook camera, and we got a YouTube camera. And I'm hoping that so I tried to get all into OBS and all the software stuff, and it really didn't work very well because I wasn't able to think through the process enough to really make it work. But so what I'm going to do today, this is basically practice because if you are a part of the email list I have for my PalX Master Coach website, you will know that I sent out an email yesterday saying that I've been diving into the U.S. lacrosse content and that I would like to build more of my content to reflect that content. Quickly, if you can't hear me or something's weird with one of these, just let me know and hopefully I'll be able to fix it because this is basically a trial run. So what I want to do with these live streams on all the platforms is basically kind of like talk through my journey as I really dive into the U.S. lacrosse stuff and try to create my content with the goal of it being used by people who know the U.S. lacrosse stuff, because a lot of people use all of the U.S. lacrosse stuff, and I would really like for anything I create to have that backing, because as I look through it, there's a ton of stuff that's just great. It's a lot of great information in all the free stuff that U.S. lacrosse provides, but some of it seems like it's not actionable. So I actually received a call from someone at U.S. lacrosse last week or earlier this week, and we're having a meeting on Wednesday of next week, and I'm excited to sit down and kind of like talk to him about exactly where the state of the game is in all of these different territories, because you obviously have, upstate New York, which is different than Colorado, which is different than, San Jose, which is different than Iowa, which is different than all these places. And if there's a common theme that can go through them all, I just think it'll be more beneficial, because when I'm out, coaching at a tournament and a team from Texas, we play a team from Texas, and as I'm walking through the line, they're like, "Hey, I love your content." It's humbling because I'm like, well, that's awesome, but I still feel like I'm so at the beginning of my own journey as a coach that it's flattering, but I think it's also, I like anytime I hear a good compliment from another coach, I want to say like I'm basic, I'm not as good. But so either way, so this whole thing is just about me practicing the live stream. It probably won't be very good for a while because I'm probably not very good at it, but usually I just start to ramble when I get off topic easily. So if you are on Facebook, or YouTube, that this is going to be a live stream where I tell a story about a bulldozer parent. And so for those of you who don't know the difference between a bulldozer parent and a helicopter parent is someone who hovers. They hover above the kid. They never let him or her do anything. They're always right there, and they're like, "Oh no, don't do that. Oh no, don't touch that." And a bulldozer parent is someone who is going to eliminate the things in front of a kid. And so here's my bulldozer parent story. So I went to a soccer game that my nephew, Judd, who's 4, or I think he's 3, he's a 3-year-old. This ruins the whole punchline of my story by telling you he's 3 already. But so they played on a field I'd say was 20 yards long, about 10 yards wide, not 10 yards wide. I'd say it's 20 yards wide, 30 yards long, with goals, no goalies, and it was 2-on-2. And it really played well into the athlete development model idea of the size of the field as it relates to the number of players and the amount of contact the players can have. But so one of the players from the other team, dude, he was good. Like, it was fun watching this little, like, 4-year-old kid play soccer. He had like these nice light touches. He could, go left and go right and then go around people, and none of the other kids had the skill level that he did. But so, they score again. the kids on my nephew's team would kick the ball really far, and then they would lose the ball, and they would have to, you know, basically they'd be running behind the kid the whole time. But so, as I was talking to some of the parents on the sideline, my sister-in-law basically said, when they started the league asked them, hey, do you want to coach? And they had a bunch of stuff that they gave them, and they did Hungry Hippos and a bunch of other games. And one of the things that wasn't taught or isn't a part of that section of what they do is, trying to take the ball from another player. But these kids had clearly learned that. And so whenever the players on my nephew's team got the ball, the other players would steal it, and then they would go score. All right, we got a comment. So 77 offense. I recommend I don't even know if I should tell you that, because we have a 77 tournament coming up on Sunday, and I think, I like Y offenses, but either way, back to the story. So as I'm watching this game, it's a parent who is a coach, and the parent clearly, didn't have any ability to coach any technique, and that's not what it's supposed to be when the kids are 3 or 4. But so here's where the Bulldozer parent comes in. As this kid was very good, he was a very good player, one of the parents said, man, they should really think about moving that kid up. They're 3 and 4 years old. 3 and 4 years old. And a parent from a team that's losing, which don't keep score. I hate that idea. Don't keep score. You always keep score. When kids score, they feel good. It should be noted. It should be something that they, that's a part of what that is. Like, you should get commended for scoring a goal. It should count. There should be a count. Losing should not hurt as bad as it does, and I think that's the thing. But so this Bulldozer parent is like, maybe this kid should go up because he's more skilled, and I get the idea in terms of maybe putting him against kids who are his own skill level, but in the same sense, I'm thinking, if parents at a 3 or 4 year old soccer game where it's 2-on-2 are talking about moving obstacles out of their kid's way, because this other kid is an obstacle. He's something that the other kid has to contend with. At 3 or 4, if they're talking about moving this kid out of the way, you got to think about the state of all sports and how the idea of creating struggle needs to be reinforced throughout all games. If you hear that, that's Turner waking up. So I'm going to have to go get that. But so this is the idea for the live stream. I'm probably going to be doing Wednesdays during nap time. Nap time is usually 9:30 or around 2:30. But so we'll kind of see where all this goes. I've got a couple topics I want to address, and hopefully these live streams will be relatively decent. So thanks everybody for joining. It looks like is it Lacrosse Boy? Is that what it is? Lacrosse Boy 14. But so my favorite 77 offense is either a Y offense or anything where you're picking from inside out from the crease, and you have a player on the back pipe and a player up top for step downs. That's my 77 offense. It's going to be exciting to see how many people can back up the ball. If they don't set in a Y pattern, there's going to be a lot of turnovers there. But so hope you guys all have a good week. If you're playing 77 Boomerang, come say what's up. I'll be there too, coaching one of the 3 Scorpions teams and watching our Powlax team. So have a good one. I will see you guys in the next video live stream thing.